Welcome to Cooking with David Burke and Lefto. Lefto's my sidekick and my competitor with the leftover dishes. In today's episode, we're going to be making a shrimp ceviche, which is delicious, refreshing, easy to make, and then we're going to explore some cutlets. And the cutlets, we're going to be doing chicken cutlets, eggplant cutlet, duck cutlet, and francaise, chicken francaise, flounder francaise, and a couple of things that are using different breadings, egg washes, cutlets in general. And then we're going to end with a pineapple coconut cutlet. For dessert, Lefto will help us with some leftover strategy as well. So we'll get started with ceviche. Right now, shrimp is cooked, and it's been marinated in lemon, orange, olive oil, citrus juices. And I'm going to give him a break over here so that I can use both hands. So I have avocado here, and ceviche has become really popular. 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years ago, forget about it. You get in a Spanish restaurant, maybe with scallops. Classically, ceviche, the acid in the citrus cooks the shellfish, whether it be scallops, sometimes baby shrimp, red snapper, grouper, whatever it may be. And boy, is it delicious, and it's gained in popularity. Very healthy, basically somewhat fat-free. It's acid mostly. There is good olive oils in it. It's good fat, and it's good use of byproduct as well, meaning the tail meat of fish, the collar meat, the belly meat, etc. In this case, we're using the prime shrimp. So I've got avocado. I'm going to salt it a little bit. I'm going to pepper it a little bit. I've already marinated the shrimp. And again, this gives you an opportunity to make something ahead of time that you can share on a date or with a family or pass around. And it's and in this case, the ceviche is somewhat cooked. You can see they're somewhat rare. They were poached, and they're still cooking. You see, they're opaque, still cooking in the acid. I'm going to put these right on top of the avocado. And again, this is a good opportunity for those that want to make really pretty food. I've got some grapefruit and orange segments. So you've got citrus, you've got creaminess from the avocado. These are sweetie drop peppers. Again, sweet and sour, acidic. And there's some pickled onions. There's usually red onion or pickled onion and jalapeno. So you got a little bit of heat here. So what do you got? You got citrus, acid, sweetness. Sometimes there's sugar in or honey. And then you got these. These are super hot. And I'm not even going to touch those because I've made that mistake of wiping my eye. But, some people like it. Well, that's what we do. Add a little bit of chili oil. More orange, lemon juice here. And again, you have some juice from here. This has all that citrus. Beautiful, beautiful. A little bit more salt, a little bit more red pepper flake. You do have jalapeno there, so be careful. And scallions, very little. Pretty dish. And then I have some fried basil. Fried basil leaves opaque, crispy, pretty. And this is a dish that you can start your dinner with. You know what? It's kind of show offy. It's kind of classy. You can put these on toast points if you like, or on rice crackers. You can serve it with a little bit more juice. I can put a little bit more extra virgin on here, and you can serve with some garlic bread or dipping bread, it's just beautiful. I mean, and this ceviche has come a long way, and it is in style. Now, we're going to do cutlets tonight, so what a great way to start the meal. Cutlets tend to be heavier because they're breaded, and they absorb a lot of fat. This is complete, delicious lunch, dinner, shareable appetizer, impressive thing to do. And you can get, this could be set up in your refrigerator on a platter, ready to go. Guests arrive, date arrives, you open some wine, and first course, black plate. Again, chefs have the opportunity of different, we've been plating for a long time, so we see the dish before we make it usually, and we see the dish sometimes before we write the menu. Some of us do, and that's how we become designers of food. So we're going to move into cutlets, and we're going to talk about cutlets for a little while. I'm going to talk about why, like we think about cutlets, chicken parm is the one everybody talks about. Chicken Milanese, we'll make both of those. We're going to do sole francaise, chicken francaise. But cutlets in general, it's a pounded meat or schnitzel, right? And to get a good schnitzel, for example, the meat is really thin. And this is not royalty food. Schnitzel and cutlets are usually peasant-style dishes, right? Chicken parm is an American version of something that makes absolutely no sense, but it is delicious and people love it. And I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. I'll tell you why cutlets, in general, breading process, it's interesting to me because, for example, you take a piece of meat, you bread it, you fry it, get it crispy, and then in the case of chicken parm, you put sauce underneath, cheese on top, sauce on top, and you make it soggy. So we're going to try to keep the cutlet crispy and understand something. When you're cooking a cutlet, and for the restaurant people, you do not deep fry cutlets. Okay? The cutlets do not go in a deep fryer. They get sauteed in a decent oil. A straight olive oil, not an extra virgin, but a decent oil finished with butter, because you're eating all that. A dry bread is like a dry sponge. It's going to absorb anything you cook it in, right? And again, you can use wet bread to bread a cutlet or moist the bread so it doesn't absorb so much oil. Anyway, there's other, we'll start with one cutlet. I have a couple of different breadings. I got brown bread cubes, white bread cubes, cornflakes, cornmeal, panko. Panko breadcrumbs are thicker breadcrumbs. They're chunky breadcrumbs from Japan. Go figure. When's the last time you ate in a Japanese restaurant and got bread? Don't know where to get all the breadcrumbs from, right? We buy breadcrumbs from a country that doesn't sell bread. I don't know. Go figure. But it's true. I would think we'd get Italian breadcrumbs or French breadcrumbs, but no, Japan has breadcrumbs. So, and they're pretty good. And I think the reason panko came out was the texture of the panko was to help Americans with tempura. When we breaded things, they added panko to batters so it would have the texture of a good tempura. So we're going to start. I have hot oil here. I have some cutlets back here. And we'll start to cook some, and we'll talk about them. And I have one chicken cutlet cooked that has the bone on it. I have another chicken. We're going to show you how to do this, and the best way. Right, we have it pounded. The meat is pounded thinly. Right, it's a double-breasted one. This is a larger cutlet. This one here is a single. Put that in the flour, and this is a double. So I'll move this over. Put this in the flour as well. So one's a single, one's a double. I'll make some room here. So the key to breading a cutlet is you have the meat in the flour, then you add the egg and the bread. In this case, we have panko mixed with dry breadcrumbs. You need to season the cutlet, salt and pepper. They're nicely pounded. Salt, a little bit of pepper. Of course, pepper's nice. Pend it in, and then you got the flour. Right, and you want to just coat it lightly. It should have a little bit of salt in the flour. Then you go into the egg. I'm going to move this over here. But I want to do something interesting because I want to do two different. So here's the large one. Now, the egg can be flavored. You can put mustard in here. You can put ketchup in here. You can put a little bit of cream of mushroom soup. You can put curry in here. You can put whatever you like in here. Flavor those eggs. And it really makes a difference because that's the carrier. Flour has no flavor. Bread has the flavor of the oil. But if you can sneak some miso in here, be careful with the miso because of the sugar. But if you can put anything in there, that'll be a carrier. Mustard's wonderful. And we do that especially with tuna. So then you go in here, the egg wash. Let it drain, and then we go here, right? Nice and light. Doesn't have to be completely breaded. It can be lightly breaded. some oil here. And I have good oil because I'm going to be eating this bread, and the oil is going to be absorbed by the bread. Now, it smells good. So that's one cutlet. And if you can bread them to order, that's better instead of breading them ahead of time, because then they get a little soggy. This is a double one. And this one is a double one. And this one I'm going to put in cornflakes. And we're going to do a cornflake one. This cornflakes. Oh, well, they broke apart here. See that? All right, again, it doesn't have to, it's okay if there's some naked spots. You do want to do the best you can. But anyway, that's the browned one. That's the cutlet. And this is the one with the cornflakes. Now you got to wash your hands off. Cornflakes and bread. All right, I got a medium heat, and now it's good olive oil. So whatever I have in there is going to smell or taste pretty good. Seems like there's a... So you got one baby cutlet, you got a double cutlet here. I have one cutlet cooked. This one I'd like to give an example how we do Parmesan. See, I have a little bit of tomato sauce. All right, we're going to add that in a minute, but I'm going to put a little bit of basil down. This is fried basil. And this is good cheese, good Parmesan cheese. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to put this, I'm going to ask someone to put this in the oven for me, please. We have a 400-degree oven. Put that on a metal tray, and you can put it right in the oven. Now we have 2 cutlets cooking. It'll have to go on a metal plate. Here you go. You can use this. So we're going to bake that one cutlet on the oven with the cheese on it, melt it. In the meantime, I'm going to cook a little bit of zucchini for the chicken parm. I'm just going to take a few, I guess, French fry wedges. I'm going to put them in the pan here with that. I have a little garlic I'm going to put in the pan. Look at this cutlet. Look at that. Cornflakes. And it smells good. This is a cornflake crust. Here's the regular crust. See, nice and easy. Golden brown. Easy peasy. I got zucchini cooking because I don't want my cutlet sitting in tomato sauce. So I'm going to elevate my chicken parm with some vegetable. I'm building a raft. So this goes in there. My sauce will stay here for now. Okay, understood. 2 cutlets, salt, pepper. I got a little garlic in the oil there also. The ceviche, back to the ceviche, I forgot to mention. Serve it with chips. And we're going to do another cutlet with the black and white crumbs in a moment, as soon as I get this one out. I'm back in shape. So the cutlets are cooked. So I'm going to load this one up. Cornflake, regular bread. I still have my zucchini cooking. As the pan is still hot, I got more oil. Can wipe out some of that bread with paper towel. Oh, we're gonna go back in. Now, I have a duck cutlet. See, this is the duck breast, duck meat, flour. Duck is great for cutlets. And I did is I pounded the duck meat. I got some cracklings made. We got cracklings, fellas? Yeah. For example, on the duck one, you're going to take the skin off the duck, and we're going to make cracklings. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So the duck comes off, the skin comes off duck, and you can make this with the chicken too. See? Kind of pull it off. You see? So here's your duck breast. You pound that out. And then you take your duck, the duck skin, and you're making what they call cracklings. I used to work in the southwest of France, down by Toulouse, a little town called Auch. And this is where the duck, that's where the foie gras and the armagnac and ducks come from, and we wouldn't throw anything away. Anyway, you see that's the duck skin, so I'm going to render that duck fat out. This duck breast, salt, pepper. We're going to do this one with the pumpernickel. I'm going to put this in here, the duck breast. See, my zucchini's doing okay, browning up. And we have my chicken and the Parmesan in the oven, right? Someone's got an eye on that. Melting the cheese. And we got some garlic here. So we got the duck fat here. Chicken, cornflake, and the duck. The duck one is here. Like I said, I got some pumpernickel crumbs. I cut these like really, really small dice. It'll be interesting, right? It has more texture. And this is white bread with small dice. So I'm going to mix these together. Put my duck meat here. Lefto, you okay? He's coming in. He's coming in for the help in a little while. See this? The bread? Look at those crumbs. See, they got texture. You know, it's like black and white cookie, but this is duck bread. And there's a little bit of cinnamon in that egg wash, if you could. You see what we got here? No? Beautiful brown zucchini, a little bit of garlic essence. Right, put that off to the side. Here's my duck fat, the duck breast, but now my duck cutlet is here. I got all that duck fat, and then now my duck cutlet goes in there. This is going to be a rough textured breadcrumb. Black and white bread, duck cutlet, and then we'll start to plate the different cutlets. But you're getting an idea of what can be done with different breads, corn flakes, etc. This is my garlic. Yeah, if you want to wait for the Parmesan, we're going to get the Parmesan out of the oven. We'll come back in a moment. Let's just quick review. I got some oil here with garlic. This is going to be for a chicken parm zucchini blocks. I got a singular cutlet, a double cornflake cutlet, a black and white bread duck cutlet with cinnamon. And if you can smoke the cinnamon, you have a cinnamon smoked duck cutlet. Great idea. Okay, take a break. Be right back.
Welcome to Off the Hook Seafood, your trusted source for premium wholesale seafood. From ocean to table, we deliver the freshest catch, ensuring quality and excellence for your business. We specialize in servicing restaurants, hotels, country clubs, catering halls, private chefs, markets, stadiums, and any other institutions. Off the Hook Seafood, where freshness meets reliability.
So we're going to plate a chicken parm, a chicken Milanese, but I have this duck cutlet that has a black and white cubed breadcrumbs. I just want to show you how beautiful it looks. Look at that. Bingo. All right, isn't that great? So this is a brunoise or cube breadcrumb, cinnamon in the flour and in the egg wash for the duck and the duck cracklings. We'll get to that in a moment. Now, chicken Milanese, I'm going to use the cornflake one. Right, I'm going to put it on the plate like this. And with chicken Milanese, it's usually very light, right? You have a salad. Right, we have blackberries in this salad. We got strawberries. We got tomatoes. Right, we've got a great olive oil. We're going to get a lemon wedge in there. And if you get this right, again, this has this little sweetness from the cornflake. Right, we got some blackberries, some gooseberries, some raspberries, nice amount of vinegar. I'm going to add a little bit of prosciutto. Beautiful. Throw a little black pepper. If you want, you throw some Parmesan cheese. And in this case, we'll just throw a little bit of mozz. This is a beautiful spring, summer, fall salad, chicken Milanese. I'll take my chicken parm from the... Now the reason The reason I did chicken parm with the zucchini, here's my duck. I'm gonna take this duck cutlet is the best thing I made today. I'm so proud of it with that crust. And then we got the cracklings here. Cracklings I'm gonna take off and mix here. That's the duck skin. That's gonna act as a crouton for us. So now, chicken parm. Everybody likes chicken parm. So I like it too, but I don't like the idea of getting it soggy. So here, tomato sauce down, right? Okay, don't make soup out of it. Chicken parm came out nice. Now, in order so the chicken parm doesn't sit here and get soggy, because I spent all that time making it crispy, I've got these. I've made some zucchini. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, looks pretty, tastes good. They got the flavor of that roast garlic. Chicken parm. Now the chicken parm sits on the zucchini, so it's not getting soggy. It gives me a little bit of time. You can cut through. You sneak a little vegetable in there with the kids. You got a little bit of color here, right? Not so bad, right? There's a method to the madness. I have a little bit of calamari. They call this calamari noodle. With the garlic, and we'll just heat that up. I'll add some more flavor to this with basil. Oh, that smells good. Yep. Again, salt, a little red pepper, a little chili oil, some black pepper, a couple of these sweetie drops. I got my little spaghetti, but in a little fanciful way. Boy, is that tasty. Put a little ring on it. Got some fried basil here. And that's the chicken parmesan that will get to your table unsoggy. Lefto approved. I like it. I also love the smell of that crispier noodle on top, where you can, it helps melt the cheese. You still got a crispy cutlet. The cutlet stays crisp, has that olive oil flavor inside. Didn't get sloppy, didn't get deep fried, and that means a lot to us there. That's the cutlet. Chicken parm, the two famous ones. The Milanese, the cutlet parm. I have my duck cutlet here, which I'm gonna get back in a minute. We're gonna take a breather. This has got the black and white cube croutons, which I think is tremendous, right? And it's got a little bit of cinnamon hidden in that egg wash. So we're gonna come back. I'm gonna make sole or chicken francaise and the duck cutlet with fruits. Smells good, right? Yep, that's duck fat. Duck fat, we love duck fat. So we're gonna put a little bit of it in. We save all our fats, just like in the old country. Duck fat, we got that from the skin. We have our cutlet. Now I have a pineapple slice here. And just took out the core. Right, I'm gonna press lots of black pepper into it. See that? Peppered pineapple. Look at that, my man Lefto. Look at this. All right, like a steak of poivre, but with pineapple, right in the duck fat. All right, we're gonna brown that up. You're gonna take a break. He's always curious. Be curious. That's how you get creative. Ask questions. I'm gonna throw this in there anyway. I'm not gonna eat that, but so I got a peppered pineapple here. I'm also going to throw in a little bit of mango, heat it up a little bit more, and a couple of these, and some grapes, because that's going to be the garnish on my duck dish. So we're gonna do barbecue sauce with the duck. It's a cinnamon duck cutlet with a little barbecue sauce around it. But we're gonna do the peppered pineapple and the other fruit with it. And the cutlet part is just gorgeous. I'm very proud of the way this came out. The black and white breadcrumb. I'm gonna trim this up a tad. Still warm, delicious. I also made soba noodle rice-a-roni. We'll get to that in a minute. We're gonna finish this. Look at that. And then we're gonna start to work on, I have duck fat here, it's gonna get it out of my way. And we're gonna do what they call francaise, or French style, which is like making French toast, believe it or not. So we all know how to make French toast. Then you'll know how to make chicken francaise, sole francaise, eggplant francaise, anything like that. Francaise is French. So that means you dip it in flour and egg just like French toast. But we're gonna make a sauce with white wine, and look how pretty that is. And if you can smell it, So this is duck fat we're cooking in. We get a nice plate. Kevin McGrinder, Lefto wants to thank you. The Kevin McGrinder Group, the beautiful china. He's out of Hackensack, New Jersey. And he has beautiful stuff. So here's our pineapple. Almost there. See how it's getting caramelized and brown? Beautiful. And that duck fat is going to be part of our sauce too. We're not going to get rid of that. And again, of course, we have the crackling. All right. And then we'll get to this. This is gorgeous. This will be, we're going to decorate, our francaise will be served with the rice-a-roni. Soba noodle and brown rice. Gorgeous. Pretty, creative. You see, we're toasting up that steak au poivre pineapple. So this goes down on the plate. Oh, let me get it a little browner. Brown is better. Caramelization. Anytime you caramelize food, sugars in the sugars in the fruit, sugars in the protein. It's called the Maillard reaction, to get technical. And it's what makes things taste so good. Where we caramelize things. Oh, here's the pineapple. Somewhat off to the side. Now I got the other fruits here. It's all being cooked in duck fat, right? A little bit of spinach. Put some of that in. Again, I'm putting everything in the same pan with the duck fat. These are fruits. The spinach will just wilt. Don't forget salt, pepper. Always. Forget our cracklings. All right. Little spinach, loosely cooked. All right. Here's my fruit compote. Mango, grapes, little sweetie drops here. Now, I have a beautiful barbecue sauce right here as well. This has a little bit of citrus in it. Has a little ginger in it. Or you can use jarred barbecue sauce. Then I'm gonna heat this up touch, just both sides. With the cracklings. Where did they go? Cracklings are the crispy skin. All right, but look how pretty that is already. So we got a cutlet. 1, 2, heat it up. This is a duck breast. Breaded, flour, egg, 2 different breadcrumbs, but they're not ground bread. They're finely minced, or we call it small dice, black and white crumbs. See? What I'll do, and that's a beautiful cutlet. I'll cut that right in half. Look at this. And this is like the duck skin bacon, the crispy skin. Duck cutlet, black and white breadcrumbs, cracklings, peppered pineapple. Okay? You got the chicken Milanese with a little mozzarella, a little prosciutto, chicken parm, elevated, ceviche, and now we're moving into the French. We got some Italian, you got some all-American, you got some Latino, and now we're gonna make some French food. When we come back, we're gonna do chicken francaise, sole francaise, and then we're gonna finish up with a coconut pineapple cutlet with ice cream. All right, we're back to francaise, the chicken francaise and sole francaise. And this is the French version of the cutlet. And we're gonna do both of them at the same time. I got chicken, and I got a couple fillet of sole. Nice looking fish. Off the Hook, thank you so much. Off the Hook company. Nice to have good partners. Salt, pepper, right? Now again, flour, egg. In this egg, I have a little bit of lemon zest and some herbs, okay? And in the pan here, we're gonna have some olive oil. Again, Lefto, you hanging in there? He's gonna eat well tonight. He's gonna help with dessert. So we're doing cutlets and flat things today, which is francaise. We did a bunch of cutlets already. And this is getting up to speed. So, chicken, again, we have a simple chicken cutlet we did earlier, right? Standard breading, seasoning, flour, egg, breadcrumbs. We use corn flakes. We use black and white crumbs. We talked about mustard, tomato, in your egg wash, truffle oil in the egg wash, you name it. Here's the simple breading, flour and bread. And that goes into, this is for chicken francaise. I'm gonna move over here to this one. Hopefully it's hot enough. Yeah, francaise is just like French toast. And then I got the sole, same thing, salt, pepper, the sole. And this is boy, when I was a youngster cooking on the line, when you had to make this to order, what a pain. You better be fast. But this was veal francaise, veal marsala, all those standard dishes that, look at that. Listen, does that not look like French toast? Because is that what it is? It's just like making French toast. All right, I'm gonna move all this out of the way. Then we're gonna make the sauce in the pan, and I'm gonna add some really thin zucchinis. And I have rice pilaf made with soba noodles, which I have heated up over there. And I got sliced lemons, capers, green beans, etc. Could be a little hotter, but you know, this is the sole. It's the egg that has seasoning in it. What I'll do is I'll throw a little bit of lemons in the pan anyway, just to give the oil a little lemon flavor. And francaise. You want to sell something, you guys in the restaurant business? Make it a francaise special. People seem to like it. And it's like making French toast. For the home cook that's afraid to cook fish, make it francaise. It's just like French toast. Brown it on one side, flip it over, brown it again. Fish will be cooked. It'll taste good. Just don't use cinnamon. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful golden. And this one's starting to get some heat. This is the chicken, that's the sole. And I got a little bit of lemon in the oil now. Since olive oil, so now you got lemon oil. That'll be part of our sauce. I'm gonna throw some lemons, zucchinis in there too. This one is, no, this one went off, this burner went off on me, that's why. So you got fish, you got chicken. And over here is my latest joy, and so is it Lefto's. This is soba noodle, a little bit of turmeric, rice-a-roni. Man, does that look good. I'm going to use that for the chicken. Ooh. And the chicken will be done first anyway. Some lemons. I'm going to throw some green beans in there. And again, we're going to make the sauce right in the pan, so that's why the lemon's in there right now. And the sole, I'm going to keep a little cleaner. Just going to put the sole. Again, almost like a platter style. Man, that looks good too. Chicken francaise right over the rice-a-roni. And I'm going to make, and for both sauces they're the same. So I'm going to make the sauce in this pan. Let me get this done here. So you got the zucchini rings, zucchini circles, I'm sorry. Kind of like scales, even though this is the chicken. And the green beans. Now for the sauce, we got lemon. We're gonna add capers. We're gonna add some lemon juice, white wine. White wine, lemon. We got the capers in there. All right. Boil it down a little bit. Get it so you get all that brown stuff on the bottom. Bring it up. Don't forget the pepper, the salt. This is a pan sauce. This is not hard. And what you're going to do here, I'm going to add a little bit of lots of parsley, but lots of butter. That's why they call it francaise. Here you go. And the butter is what's going to thicken it up. See? And you're going to swirl that butter in. And just let that melt in. Don't be afraid of it. Right? That acid is going to help emulsify. It's going to hold it together. Just keep boiling it. Don't high heat. You see? It starts to get thick. You're going to taste it. I'm going to throw a little bit of spinach in there too. A couple of spinach leaves. Beautiful. Chicken francaise, salt francaise. Capers. It's white wine and lemon. Sometimes you can add a little stock if you want, but you see how thick it's getting? That butter is boiling and thickening in because the acid keeps the proteins of the butter intact. But you're going to stir it a little bit. Check for seasoning. Yep. Parsley. Lots of parsley. Lots of chives. That's it. Your sauce is done. See? This is French. This is the pan sauce. This is the wine. This is the butter. This is what they're famous for. Maybe not the soba noodle rice-a-roni, but that's my touch. That's leftover. But look how delicious that is. If you want, you throw another lemon wheel. Another lemon wheel there. And that, my friends, chicken francaise, soba noodle rice-a-roni, and salt francaise with green beans. Very simple, but listen, elegant, light tasting. A great, see how thick the sauce got with the butter? It's called a pan sauce. Now you can do this with eggplant francaise, you can do it with shrimp francaise, you can do it with pork, same as the cutlets. So what we've learned today is different breading methods for cutlets, different flavorings for egg wash, cooking with good olive oil and good fats because you're going to be eating that, how to do a duck cutlet with cube bread, not breadcrumbs. You could also use cornflakes, which we did. Lefto's going to make a coconut crusted pineapple cutlet next with ice cream. So stay tuned and enjoy your cutlet. All right, listen, this is my favorite part for Lefto. We're gonna make the last cutlet is pineapple, coconut crust. We got cornflake and coconut, flour, egg, coconut. You can see I cut the pineapple right from the side. You could do rings and cut out the circle if you want to do that, but we're gonna try it this way. A little bit of flour, right? My friend Lefto, he's eating this. And then I got the egg, of course. We've learned this already today. And then we're gonna mix the coconut with the cornflake. All right, coconut and cornflake. Now in this case, We haven't done this before. In this case, you can go back into the egg, which would be called double breading, and do it again. Gives you a better crust. There you go. Look at that. Cornflake, coconut. All right, Lefto, you're in this with me? Okay, here we go. Olive oil. All right, we're gonna up the heat a little bit. And here's our one cutlet. We're at the finish line. Off to the races. Look at that. Smells good. Smells good. I got a caramel over here. This caramel is made with Coco Lopez. It's a pineapple caramel with Coco Lopez. So we got this cooking. We got that cooking. What do you think? Not too shabby. So cutlet all the way today. Cutlets from chicken to sole to duck to pineapple. And we got a great caramel. I'm gonna take this down a little bit. We got some sorbet. I'm gonna add some mango to the caramel. All right, take that out of here. Lefto had a good day. We want to thank everyone that helped us today, including Kevin McGrinder for the Kevin McGrinder group. Off the Hook Seafood, Chef's Warehouse. Thank you. Yes, that way you got your chef coat. Look at that. Woohoo! Yes, it's happy. Coconut. So we've got the coconut cutlet, which is a great idea. This kind of dessert you can make at home. And again, any trimmings from the pineapple go right into the caramel. Caramel's coming along nicely. I'm gonna add some berries to it. And some blacks. And again, you learn about the cornflakes, Cheerios, any of the real sweet cereals are not good. They'll burn if you use them as a coating. But look at this, the coconut came out nice here. So what I'm gonna do is get a plate. I use a bowl this time because we're gonna serve dessert with it. And my coconut cutlet is gonna be in the center. This pan is hot. I'm gonna heat up the sauce with it. A little bit of butter, as we can. A little more caramel because Lefto loves the desserts. And this stuff you can use again. Use this on your French toast, on your yogurt. This isn't going to waste. Okay, cutlets down. Got a great sorbet here. Right on top. Uno, dos. Always a little bit of salt in your caramel. Dessert, you know, if you look at candy bars, they're always salty because, anyway, here you go. Voila! Coconut cutlet with sorbet pina colada caramel. That is the way to end the day. Lefto, thank you for your help. He approves. We thank you for all the sponsors. Thanks for having a good day. I hope you learned something. We try to teach you some technique, some creativity, some economics of how to utilize things with Lefto and how to have some fun in the kitchen. So, and basically most of the things we did were right on top of the stove today. We did roast a great chicken, beautiful stuff, and we did a great soup in the oven with on croute. We had a good day, so keep watching. Thank you, Chef David Burke and my left-hand man, Lefto.